So, this is my home. It's like an 18-foot travel trailer. It doesn't have a name. I think it's just like a prowler. I bought it from the son that was selling it for his dad, who was really old now. Anyway, so I live in Oakland, which is in the Bay Area, which is one of the most expensive places to live in right now, I think. And as a student, I know people who pay $1,000, almost $1,000, to like share a room with someone. So the idealist me is like, first of all, I am gentrifying a place, you know, like kicking people out that've been living there for years and years. Second of all, I'm paying $1,000 to live in one room that I'm sharing with someone. I think we need to change the way we live our lives, and we need to change almost everything we do. As I say we, but I don't mean me, because I'm not American. Thank you, Lord. I think Americans really need to change the way they live their lives, and I think once you like understand the only reason why your life is relatively easy is because someone somewhere is paying, you know, the consequences of your actions, you know, then I don't think you can live okay. I think we're very oblivious to the things that we do to other people that, you know, don't have a choice, like the clothes that we wear, the people that are, you know, working extremely hard to make that shit so that we can have like a hoodie for $15, you know. This one time I was like on the bus going to El Cerrito, and then the bus stopped to pick up some people, and there was this older African American lady, like old, like as old as my grandma old, you know, and she was on a wheelchair, which reminded me of my grandma, and she was struggling to get in the bus, so she gets in the bus, and she sits, like, you know, they have like a wheelchair section, so she sits there and she's chilling, and then they're packing everyone in, and all of a sudden there's like commotion and they're kicking her out. They're like, no, we don't want her in the bus, she's been drinking and she peed. This is like, that's the shit like that is what I realize, you know, like we really have fucked up, you know, when our elderly are in such bad shape, you know, when our elderly have no one to take care of. If you live in the East Bay, if you live in Oakland especially, and in Berkeley, and even San Francisco, you'll see so many like tent cities, so many people living on the streets, you know, and when you look at who is this people living in the streets, there are people who are poor, there are people who, you know, black and brown folks, there are people with disability, and then you walk past them, come to your $1,000 room that you're sharing with someone, you know. It's like, nothing makes sense. Like, there's nothing natural about that. There's nothing natural about living our lives like being oblivious. There's nothing natural about living our lives seeing all this like inequality and just being okay. Like, we are not okay. And like in my head I was like, you know, I don't want this. I don't want to have all these luxuries. Because I remember one time, it was, I think, March, the beginning of the year, March, when Cyclone Idai was going on in Mozambique, and there's like all this shit going on at the same time, you know, just like while dealing with that, there was floods in, I think it was a Native American reservation, I think Dakota. There was like a flood, and it was so severe that we had people like stranded for 2 weeks without basic needs. I remember just like reading that and breaking down and thinking, the people, you know, who are like native to this country, the people that have been here before, the people who've been, you know, like genocided and killed and put into reservations, when they don't have the basic needs, who the fuck am I, you know, to come in, you know, as an international student, who the fuck am I to come in and enjoy some of this shit that not everyone has. And I think that's why we need to change the way we live our lives, so that we can like create community, we can, you know, like be there for each other. First of all, I believe in alternative living. I think we should move away from this, you know, homes that are using natural gas and are using, you know, sewage that goes to our water that is like fucking up our water. Like that's there's nothing natural about that. We need to like move away from that, and we need to be thinking about, okay, so that's not really natural, that's not really sustainable. And every time I say sustainable, I think about one of my teachers who, it was like one of the first days of class, and we are like, hey, yada yada, sustainability, and it's like, okay, can I just ask you guys, what does it mean sustain something? And we are like, to keep something going, or like keep something the way it is. And he's like, what is good about the system that we live in that we want to sustain it? And I was like, actually, he was like, can you tell me about like the system that we live in, you know, how is life? And we're all like, it's shit. And he's like, why do you want to sustain shit? And we're like, hell yeah, you're right, we don't want to sustain it, we want to overhaul this shit, we want to stop living the way we live our lives. Maybe I'm gonna sell this shit. I feel like all Americans are watching YouTube channels, you know, and they're very gullible, and you have to sell shit to them for them to be like, yeah, this shit is good. So I am selling the off the grid lifestyle. So yeah, that's why I live in a trailer. Where's the spider? I have like the spider that lives here with me, and every time I like light the sage, she just comes out. That's why the spider is living in my house, because she likes the sage. I don't know if she's poisonous. I can't see her. I know damn well she's not a black widow. I know black widow have like a little red dot. I don't know. Okay, so let's move away from the lives that we're living. Let's, you know, like, I think part of why I'm making this video is to change, I think, I don't know, I guess I'm very into film and very into like video as a medium of change. So I'm thinking, you know, by just showing how you can live life, you know, that's different from, say, van life. I was like, I wanted to buy a van when I was buying the second trailer, this trailer. I wanted to buy a van, but I was thinking, eventually I want to be like, I don't want to be depending on gas, you know. That's the other thing that, let's not get into the gas story and how countries are being destroyed for that shit. And I'm Muslim, you know, like, it's the other thing is, it's my Muslim people that are, you know, suffering for our need for gas.
Like, is it worth it? Is it really worth it?
Educate yourself, you know. That's the one thing I think I would want for myself. I am educating myself as to what is good for me. And I used to think, you know, like, this is a delicious cake. And here's the thing. You have to be out there, you know, you have to be fighting the system and yada yada. But you know how you can fight the system? By not being complicit, by not being a part of it, by trying to like get yourself away from it first of all, and then by building communities that are able to sustain themselves if it ever came to, you know, fighting the system, which I think is inevitable. Like that shit, like, this is not natural and it's bound to crash. Let me just drink water. I don't even have water. So, I don't know why I'm doing this. This is my trailer. This is my home. It's like an 18. Do I really have to do this? I don't know. I don't know why I'm doing this. Something has to be done because we are here fucking up shit. I don't know where I'm going with this. Welcome to my trailer.